Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome back to Fata Morgana. Today I think we're probably going to see why Michel was banished into the mansion. I've read the scene where Aimee is the most horrible, repulsive and just in general hideous woman to ever live. Or at least she feels like that. Yeah, we're just going to be doing a little bit of reading into the dialogue a bit further, and then we're going to see what happens next. But oh my god, Aimee is so sick. I also learned that Michel is apparently intersex, and yeah, he's an intersex man rather than trans, which is what I originally made the mistake of thinking. I don't really know much about this type of thing, so yeah, I suppose it's a good thing to learn. But obviously it's just one of these problems where it's such an uncommon thing, it's not scientifically reasoned with, I suppose, it's not societally reasoned with, it's not even known about in society, probably because of how rare it is, so as a result of that, well, people like Liddy think it's a curse. I really do wonder what it must be like in the modern day, being a parent and having something like this happen. But like I said last time, if you truly... it's tricky. I was going to make the argument, if you truly love your kid, you'll accept them no matter which gender they are, but at the same time, Liddy truly loved her kid, and look at what happened to her. But at the same time, she believed in curses, so that's probably why. Yeah, it's very, very ugly. And obviously, she truly loved Michel, and that's why she's been hit so much by this, and why it's as if she's been made totally insane. Yeah, so, yeah. Yeah, God, Aimee being very, very brutal. Let's just skim through this. Yeah, and I do find it really interesting that she's never really seen a male undress. No, he. Sorry, I meant. But, yeah, I suppose that's just really adding to Michel's confusion. Yeah. Yeah, God, and just... It's interesting that the brothers, they all neglect Michel. Yeah. Yeah. It isn't curse, it's just society. Yeah, and this very, very unpleasant scene. Yeah, is this Aimee? Yeah, I thought so. Yeah! And then this happened. I'm sorry, really, what the fuck? Yeah, so this is where the story just becomes nothing short of sick. Yeah. Where should we go from? Yeah, but God, it is interesting just seeing Michel's total desperation and really seeing him lash out because of the fact that he is discriminated against and that people... I mean, this person just has one part of his body that is different, but as a result of that, he is treated completely differently. Yeah. She's delirious. Every time you see that she pronoun used, you know it is a middle finger to Michel. Yeah. yeah, fair enough, yeah. This must be so awful. I mean, Jesus Christ, you are just treated so awfully, and you're not even treated like a human. You're just treated like somebody who is cursed, like somebody who doesn't deserve anything. And it's horrible, it really is. Yeah, it's just, God, the hopelessness is awful. And you can definitely see why Michel would kind of descend towards insanity. I mean, he is just so vulnerable. Who would not? I remember all of the things with Yukimasa. That's kind of similar to this in a way. God, yeah, without water especially. Jesus Christ. I can go a full school day without water. That's about it. Seriously, I just don't drink water in school sometimes. I just completely forget about it. It's so weird. But I think I think so much about my work that I don't really think about myself. And the need to drink just sometimes doesn't happen. Obviously in the summer that's not the case whatsoever, but it always happens in winter. It's really weird. Yeah, God. Yep, totally reasonable. It's unusual that that happened. Just this body altering as a result of lack of water. Yeah, I don't blame him. I mean, everything Michel... It's not only the fact that Michel is being left to starve, but also everything that he knows and loves is just a lie, basically. Yeah. God, and you can just see, like, properly destructive behaviour. But, I mean, if you make it so that somebody is in isolation and confinement, of course they're going to do anything to try and get out, no matter what it is. I mean, after all, it is interesting. Like, I mean, we're human beings, but at the same time, like, when our lives are so awfully affected, we just kind of lose ourselves, and survival instincts just kick in. It doesn't even matter about anything that we have that is human. It's just an instinct to survive at this point. Yeah, like, who would ever do something that deprived when sane? He's just desperate. Absolutely desperate. God. Yeah, and that's the horrible thing. You are literally just talking to a brick wall. Yeah. Yeah. You have to. It's a slow, painful, and awful death. Well, it would have been better than what Aimee has given you. Isn't it interesting, just the lack of understanding? And just the belief that everything is just a curse, just lack of using your own brain to explain it. Yeah, just use something unexplainable and supernatural so that you don't actually have to explain it. Yeah, and isn't it interesting? Everybody's really scared of the door. Yeah. Yeah. Michel is not deranged, though. It's just these people that are making his life so awful that... No, I mean, he is kind of becoming deranged, but he's not becoming deranged because of himself. He's becoming deranged because of his family. I bet you that's not told to them. And obviously how awful the family are treating them. Well, even if it was told, they don't care. He's cursed. Yeah. If only he could have died. That's probably what he's thinking when reflecting. I hope Aimee dies, seriously. I hope there's just some sort of really unexplainable thing that happens that makes her die. Seriously, I've never really wished death on a character like that before. Okay. Subahibi, Looking Glass Insect spoiler. You probably know who I'm mentioning. Megu, Satoko, those characters. Yeah. Maybe them. But nobody else, really. Yeah, God, it's horrible because you just totally, gradually and slowly go. And the worst thing is, when you have something like this, how are you going to be able to sleep? It's not only that, you're going to be battling tiredness, you're going to be battling lacks of sleep, hallucinations, stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. And then this. Oh wait, let's skip it. Oh, fuck off. I accidentally right-clicked. Don't know why I'm not using my scroll wheel. Okay, there we go. Yeah, isn't that interesting? Just, you can really see how the lack of food and drink has affected his brain. Yeah, fair enough. And if I'm going to be honest, I mean, the servants are afraid of Michel. Nobody cares about him because he's cursed. So, as a result of that, could you maybe argue that he has brought this on himself? Look, seriously, if he hadn't have done that to the servants, would the servants still be coming? I mean, sure, he's mad. No, not mad. I mean, really angry, and he can't control himself, but... Yeah, it's just... He kind of brought this on himself. It's horrible to say. But, yeah. After all, I mean, he was influenced by the sad situation that his family had and the lack of ability for them to actually accept him. So, yeah. There's a lot of things you can blame for this. God. So, Aimee has basically made it so that this person has starved for 5 days without giving any food, any water. You're just so evil. She's just so unnecessarily evil. I mean, this is just nuts. Even this, before any of the physical abuse happens. Yeah, sure thing she's sorry. Jesus Christ. God. Yeah, so she's not only... Yeah. Yep, the first of the total abuse. Yeah. Yeah, it is survival instinct, so seriously. Yeah, Jesus Christ. It really is childish. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, it's just like how when people torture each other, they they do their best efforts so that they don't kill the person and they maximise the pain. It's kind of like what Aimee's doing. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, even in that first meeting, you see her. I mean, maybe she genuinely didn't know and that was a mistake on her part, but still, she was meant to give food to Michel and yet she didn't. And also, you have water and just all of that humiliation. So it's just, I mean, who sees somebody in a position that vulnerable and just thinks, ah, yes, let's take advantage of this person and humiliate them? Well, I'll tell you what, somebody who's a psychopath, which she is. Yeah. But she is just trying to be awful as she can to Michel. Because I suppose with Aimee what's happened is she's inferior with the ways of life. She's like Michel in a way, just not really dissatisfied in the way that she's a woman. She's not protesting, but she's kind of, I don't know, just at the mercy of whatever the men decide. So obviously, of course, somebody this inferior, when they have someone they can exert superiority over, they're going to unfortunately jump at the chance, because people like Aimee have a lack of a thing called I don't know, a moral compass, maybe. A moral compass, yeah, that's not something that she can ever have. Yeah. Because it's fun. Yeah, Michel's being totally reasonable. Yeah, and that's the worst thing. It's just the hopelessness that she is totally reminding Michel of. I don't even think she's exaggerating as well. I think that's the worst part. You think you can intimidate me with formalities when you were this dependent on me? Yeah. And she's laughing with every line she says. Yeah. Yeah, that is reasonable though, yeah. Right. But this is a bully who has total power over Michel, and Michel has no way of resisting. That's the worst thing. It's just the most hopeless situation, and then, obviously, it's being made as bad as it possibly can be by this bitch. Well, no wonder. He's fucking malnourished. Are you really going to blame him for how horribly he's been treated? I just find it really interesting that there's this standard of society of how people should be treated. Does it apply to everybody? No. It's just really unfair. At least it would be away from horrible people like you. I mean, this is insane. She could probably do that. This may actually be a threat. But the only thing is, I wouldn't actually put it past her. She's just that much of a... Actually, to be fair, I do wonder if people like these, they're just all talk. And yet, when it comes to actually doing something of courage, obviously dismembering somebody's legs, that would take a lot of courage, and you'd have to see some very brutal sights, even if it is a person you absolutely despise. So, I feel like she's just all talk. If she actually had to do something like that, she would totally cower and not be able to do it. Yeah, how is it necessary? Totally. You're lucky. Fuck off. This is what I hate about Aimee. She is putting Michel down and being the most awful human being, and yet then she's saying, oh, be thankful for me. Oh, God, it's just insane. I mean, you can properly tell that this person is a bully who hides so much. Proper sociopaths, proper bully. And, yeah. Let's be honest, she is using this family. Really, really is. I wonder how she is going to change the Bollingers. Yeah, it's just insane. So basically, I'm gonna bully you, and your life is dependent on me, so you have to do everything I say and just give me pain because I'm a fucking sadist. That's what Aimee's saying. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but this is interesting. I mean, yeah. You just see, she's lying. I mean, yeah, but the thing is, these two sides of her are objectively herself. The sweet girl side is all an act. How can somebody be sweet if they're also like this? This is what she is underneath it all. I hope she dies. Seriously. Yeah, I mean, it's a restrictive life. Sure, you're just at the mercy of men and obviously what they decide to do, and also political marriages and stuff like that, and business related marriages. Sure, you're at the mercy of all of that. Does that justify anything you're doing to Michel? No. Yeah. Well, what's nicer? I mean, even what she's done now is worse than any of this. To be fair, I mean, calling somebody a whore for seducing another man, that's a bit far. But still. Yeah, I literally checked this up. on Google, but a whore means a prostitute. So, I mean, obviously, you could use this word to... Well, Michel was I think Michel used the word incorrectly, actually, because a whore is a prostitute. She's not a prostitute. She's just somebody who seduced a man. That's not actually the correct usage of the word. Again, another mistake Michel has made. Michel wouldn't have any of this if he treated the servants with dignity, because he should have thought no servant means no food. And if there weren't any servants, then maybe Aimee would never have done this. Or maybe she would have. Maybe she would have found some sort of way to take control and take command of the situation. Because everybody trusts her. She's so two-faced. Yeah, to be honest, I hate how much this is kind of true. Yeah. When Michel realised that he was a man, it was just... He just didn't have a care in the world for anything else. He just wanted to prove. He wanted to rise up against what? I suppose how he's been treated. Yeah. Gosh, you imagine being intersex and reading something like this. Holy shit, that must be horrible. I feel sorry for anybody who has actually had that experience. I hate this as well. Yeah, just her totally proving that she's more powerful, even though Michel has the body of a man. It's just anything she can, she's using as a means of furtherly upsetting and manipulating him. Well, not really manipulating. It's not manipulation. It's just downright evil. Yeah. Let's see if we can... Yeah, it looks like we can. Oh, we get to listen to the new track as well. Yeah, we can actually. I think Aimee's really, really bad in the sense that what she has done, she's deliberately malnourished Michel so that he's weaker. And so that he properly feels her anger. I mean, let's be honest, the fact that she's still here clearly proves that even though Michel, obviously doing all of the things that he did, has made her life more difficult, she's still able to continue living her life. I mean, just for a small inconvenience, you were giving somebody hell and you were literally torturing them. I mean, God, it's not... You are not mad about the fact that Michel has called you a whore and obviously done everything that he did. You're not mad about that at all. You just want that as you want to use that as an excuse to be a sadist, basically. That's all that she wants to do. Oh yeah, I remember this theme in the mansion. In door, I don't know, 5 or 6. But I've heard it before. So sick. It's so awful. And you can just tell that she's enjoying this so much. Yeah. Yeah, it is humiliation. It really is. It's every single type of bullying imaginable. Yeah, I totally agree to this. Well, the thing is, he thought it was normal. Yeah. Ah, yes. Oh, I'm giving you a favour. Yeah, I'm actually so good and I am your saviour. Fuck off. Seriously. Isn't it interesting? Michel really does act on anger. I'm excited for Morgana's part of the story as well and how they met. Who wouldn't? I don't blame him whatsoever. Yeah, she deserves it. Yeah, totally fair enough. Violence only answers with violence because this violence is caused by desperation. I mean, it's kind of hard to when something this painful happens. Jesus Christ. She's probably wearing stilettos or something like that. Or just... Well, dude, it's the fucking 10th century. Sorry, 11th century. Actually, it might be the 12th century by now. Wait, no, it isn't. It's still the 11th. Still. This is just so sick. It's just so unbelievably cool. I mean, could you imagine going through this? It's just so violent. And so unnecessary as well. So awful. And the fact that Michel could have prevented this makes it even worse. I just think it's so funny that she is so much of a psychopath that she actually says this. I just wonder how people like this live with themselves. Seriously. I mean, what goes through these people's heads? Just to... Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure bringing food does not imply humiliating somebody to the point that they have no dignity left, and also physically abusing them like she is. Yeah, totally reasonable. Jesus. Isn't it interesting, this statement? It does kind of make sense though, because they don't realise just how painful what they are delivering is, and obviously they don't know any limits. They would kill somebody just because they're just not informed. Well, good, you deserve it. You deserve every single piece of pain you get. Yeah, I know, I totally agree. I just think, says you are the demon child. Yeah, and it's just sick. It really is. All of this is just sick. Yeah, and this is the worst. The fact that these memories prevent him from doing so. It's amazing to think that Michel was ever happy, to be honest. It's horrible. And just to think about the lack of hope and just how much people will believe the bully because of the fact that Michel was totally powerless. Oh god, what's going to happen now? Yeah, past. Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, yeah, I wonder why he likes it. Is it so that they can go on a walk outside together? Because of lack of sunlight? Yeah, fair enough. D. Isn't it horrible just to think about how much easier everything is when Michel was considered to be a girl? God. Oh my god, isn't it interesting just seeing the contrast with the room and seeing just how different it was? This is insane though, isn't it horrible? I think they're just really rubbing in the fact that Michel's life is just so awful now. And just everything is so... It used to be so much better. I mean, they used to have so much fun running around. Even taking the horses out, goddamn. I mean, just anything is eventful. I don't think we've ever seen Georges from this, from the right side of the screen. Yeah, it's horrible. I mean, just seeing how much love these people had and how much now they believe that Michel was cursed, so as a result of that don't want to know him whatsoever. Oh my god, he's so honest. God. What? Le gasp, what? Le... What? I don't understand what he means. Alright. Oh god. We're on Urban Dictionary now. So it's literally just an internet way of saying for feigning shock, apparently. Or expressing shock while trying to be more French. The act of gasping in French. Oh god. I love Urban Dictionary. Urban Dictionary's fun. Who the fuck says that? Let gasp. Oh god. Yeah. Yet another one of the times where... Alright, so they're going really fast. Just another one of the times where Michel was probably just remembering the fun and the connections he had. If I'm going to be honest, I'm kind of surprised that these keep him going and make him not suicide, because all of these connections, sure, they meant something in the past, but at the same time now they mean nothing, because all of these people don't care about you now. It's the hard reality of everything. Oh my god. Yeah. I've heard Pathos before. It's in an Umineko opening. I swear. Oh. Right. A quality that evokes pity or sadness. Right. Yeah, and isn't it interesting? It's just really quite ironic to think about the fact that if Michel was fully a man, then it so would have been the case that he would have followed in Didier's footsteps easily. And you can just see that he's so naturally capable of performing what would be expected of a man at the time. Oh god, he couldn't think of anything more boring, probably. He's totally reasonable for asking that. Oh my god, yeah. This is a cool CG. Oh, so this is the stray cat, okay. Isn't it interesting? Michel really looks like a girl there. Or is that just me? Okay then. Oh god. Oh yeah, isn't it interesting, that personality trait? I wonder if that could have contributed to just what she felt when she realised Michel was quote unquote cursed. Yeah. So that's why the stray cat's significant. Yeah. What? Yeah, yeah, good point. Yeah, fair enough. He's not a scientist. Well, actually, to be fair, he is an artist. You would do a lot of experimenting in art. Yeah, I retract my statement. Yeah, yeah, fair enough. Oh god! I can definitely see why Didier must find George so annoying. I mean, obviously, they love each other, sure, but at the same time, it's just really, really love-hate relationship. Oh yeah, I wonder what the name's going to be. Oh god. They are really, really equal, even though obviously Michel is a woman. It just really feels like they're very considerate of each other, even though they have these differences in gender. Oh god, that's awful. Oh my god. Now he's wishing he hasn't asked that. Oh my god. Holy shit, that's awkward. That's its name. True. Hmm? Ugly speckles. Jesus Christ. Ugly speckles. Ugly speckles. Could you imagine calling a person that? Oh my god. Yeah, that would be awful. That'd be very unfortunate for a name. God, it's just... You really experience just what Michel feels. Just nostalgia, fun, and just such a ridiculous moment that you just can't help but laugh it off. And you really can't help but remember everything that was associated with it. And obviously you realise then that it's horrible that something like this can't remain. We're all good friends here. Why must you always be such a jerk? God, they properly tease each other. Oh God, now return to the present. Oh, yeah. Just horror. You see such bright and colourful memories and then just... I mean, do I need to say more than this? No, is the answer. Ugly Speckles the cat, that's hilarious. Yeah, now this is where his mind probably really plays up on him, because he's remembering when life used to be good and not completely awful and barbaric. Was she? That is a very good question, and I have reason to believe that no is the answer. Why could Michel live in the mansion? Why could he stay alive? No, you're not. You're just discriminated against. Don't let them win. I mean, he has, but it's not his fault. It's because of the fact that he's been malnourished. He's been bullied because of who he is and what his body looks like. I mean, even if he has lost his mind, I can't blame him. I can never blame him. Seriously. Actually, I can blame him for kind of that servant incident. It was understandable why it was caused, but that was a big mistake on his part. You are not a demon child, my God. Yeah, I know. I know! I mean, you would have thought that if there was any loyalty there... I mean, the thing is that's horrible is the loyalty just seems so genuine beforehand. But the only thing is maybe they genuinely believed that Michel was sick. Maybe that's why, I don't know. And maybe they are believing everything that bitch says. Yeah, they could be. Maybe that's why Aimee is in the family, because she's tried to play it. She's tried to blame Michel and destroy their relationship. That's probably what might have happened. No, I know. Yeah, it shouldn't be. And that's the saddest thing. It really shouldn't be. But it is. Yeah, probably. Yeah, puberty hit. Yeah, probably. That's just sad how that's not the case. Just shows how unfair and cruel life is. Why does Antonin and the mother think that Michel's dead, by the way? I really do wonder. No, he wouldn't have been. It's just so unfair. I mean, it's such a horrible, horrible fate that you can do nothing about. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Reasonable. God, of course it didn't. She's going to do everything she can. She is going to go to the limit of what she can do just because she's sick. Who wouldn't be? It's totally reasonable. Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. That's the worst thing. You have to be at the mercy of this sadist. Oh, Jesus. We're going to see even more. What's she going to do now? Jesus Christ. What, so are you telling me that a dog's mouth has possibly been around, like, the bowl that the parsnips are served in or something like that? Or maybe the parsnips have been thrown out of the bowl and just thrown on the ground so that the dogs can get them. What the fuck? Is she denailing him? Probably. Jesus. God, isn't it interesting to think about the fact that there is so little detail and there is so little elaboration? You just think something that is so unbelievably cruel, and yet there's so little that's talked about it because it is just one of the little many things that has happened. So many things that have happened. So many things have happened here that one horrible incident like this doesn't even matter. It's not even significant just because of the sheer amount. I mean, if that doesn't tell you anything, then I don't know what does. Seriously. God damn. Jesus. You drink it. You are disgusting. I don't know why, but I thought that said waste bin. Wash basin. Oh, Jesus. Who did? Oh, right. God. Oh, no shit. Stick him up your ass. I'm sorry, that's the only thing I can think of. I don't know why I'm laughing in this scene. Uno reverse card time, please. You are the disgrace here. How about you go kill yourself? God, and these are probably just individual days. Just so much abuse and so many awful incidents just happening at the hands of one person. God. She's probably never going to be found out as well. Yeah, totally. Yeah, I mean, do you have anything better to do with your time? No wonder Michel is so scarred from his past. Oh, God. Yeah, of course she did. That's why a bully that knows you is the worst. Yeah. How do you mean, showing? Yeah, you probably shouldn't. Really? Isn't that interesting? Yeah, good. Get that sick freak out of your life. Isn't that interesting? You can see her sadistic tendencies in the sense that you get bullied and then you show a reaction and that just furtherly drives her on because she enjoys it because she's a sick freak. But then you really become strong and you just give her a fucking poker face and you just don't even react, and she goes because that's what bullies want. They want their victims to be as embarrassed and humiliated and obviously just forced to be made to feel bad as well. All of that. If they don't get it, they're bored. Just horrible way of living. Yeah, God, and even a life as awful as this, it seems good. It seems like a blessing when you have horrible people like her. Yeah, total social deprivation. And of course, you would have something like that after the only social contact you've had for like 6 months is somebody torturing you. Yeah, fair enough. Who wouldn't? Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah. God, I know. Yeah, you probably just have trauma from obviously everything that's happened. I mean, who wouldn't? Let's be honest. It's only human to have trauma for something like that. But yeah, obviously there's the looming sense of dread. Yeah, it's very imaginable as well. It doesn't even matter which gender she is. Yeah, and isn't it interesting to think about the fact that there are so many reasons why this whole male character has never worked and why it can't really be something that happens. Like, for example, Michel's lack of strength, and yet he still just totally believes in it. And it really, really defines him. God, no, I don't, who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? And you have nobody to help you. No light either. Yeah. Yeah, totally. At least she's not doing anything to you now. But still. Yeah. Yeah, I don't blame him. Agreed. Yeah. Her mind. Did you even know that there was somebody on the other side, or did you just hallucinate it? Yeah, it's pointless. Fair enough. Jesus Christ. Well, this is 10 years before now. Michel said that he was going to be nearly 27. Sorry, Michel said that he was nearly 27 when Gazelle asked his age. This is where everything begins. Oh God, that's all I can say. Oh God. Yeah, lots of hail, I'd assume. I'm surprised he's even been able to live for 2 years, to be honest. Interesting. What's this? What? Huh? What? Get awake. What the fuck is happening? It must be unbelievable. Yeah, I would feel exactly the same. I know. Why should they listen? Why should they be listened to now? I totally agree. I mean, sure, they're helping him in a crisis, but at the same time, why are they helping him now? Why haven't they come before? But I think it's Aimee, and I think it's all manipulation. And I think they're doing this not because they respect him, but because of the fact that he is related. It's the only reason. Totally reasonable, yeah. Oh god, it must be false hope. Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, totally reasonable. So you can leave it, what about all the other people? Yeah, good question. Oh. What a sick... Well, it's kind of... It's sad that this is happening, but this is what society... This is why society is sick. Do you blame the person or do you blame society? But the only thing is I just don't understand. I'm as confused as Michel. These people clearly care about him, but at the same time, I mean... They've not seen him for all this time. But the only thing is maybe it could be because of reputation, because... I mean, what would happen if any of these people... or if any of these people were seen with Michel? Their reputation would be tarnished, and then word would spread, and then that would probably have an impact on the entire family, as well as an impact on them individually. Jesus fucking Christ. Dude, he was just born without you-know-what. Does he deserve to be executed for it? Fucking hell. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, exactly. It's insane. Just how much pain is he going to go through? God. So why haven't you spoken in 2 years? Yeah, I totally agree. I think you should really tell them about Aimee. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Yeah. And yet nobody is there, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You fucking tell them. Yeah. So awful. Yeah. I really wonder. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah. 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 Fuck off. Seriously, fuck off. You couldn't have said a worse answer to that question. Dude, you're not always at the court. You could see Michel. It'd only take like a hour or something. Just to know, just to let him know you're there and just to give him someone to talk to. You are lame. Sure, but they're not going to be. They weren't out for those in that entire time period. Just excuses. Yeah, and look at what has happened to Michel as a result of these people's pathetic nature. Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. But to be fair, I suppose I can kind of see what Didier is saying in a way, and I can kind of understand that with George. These people have had difficulty in just thinking about, I mean, particularly George, because obviously he has treated the horrible, horrible wife he has badly, so that adds to it. But them just finding it really difficult to think about how they should approach Michel and what they should do, and just how they should mend everything and how they should talk. But they kept putting it off, and they're busy with their lives, so they didn't have the time to think about it, but they also didn't have the courage. Isn't it interesting that even though these people have obviously made really quite cowardly mistakes, which has resulted in Michel suffering such an incomprehensible amount, they still do have the love, because obviously they don't even care about the fact that he is something that would be considered really abnormal at the time and cursed. They just still have connection. Well, they have a connection to him because of the fact that they are his brothers. Reasonable. What? You are yourself. You're not any of these stupid labels that people assign to you. If you think that, then have confidence in yourself. But, I mean, how can we not blame Michel for losing sight of himself? It's really interesting that with these categories that people give him, there's no definitive way of defining him because he doesn't fit into anything that these people know. Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. That's a totally reasonable question. You are Michel, yeah. Well, technically Aimee is part of your family. Is that really something that you want to have the knowledge of? Is that really something good? No. And you can tell that these brothers have guilt. They still support him 10 years later. And they don't care about the fact that he is cursed because of the fact that, unlike the mother, No. They are two different contrasts, because the mother feels love, and she obviously wanted a girl, and she just kind of really lost herself in the fact that she probably made a billion conclusions about how she thought some sort of God is cursing Michel and there's some sort of danger that isn't actually there, and just making so many false conclusions about what's actually going on, and as a result of that being mad, well, just becoming very stressed, and obviously because you love Michel and you care about her, seeing something like that happen must be awful, and then just making then your daughter being something that you don't even recognize, and just having a lack of awareness of what it is and how to comprehend it. I mean, it must be awful. It really must be awful for her, but the reason she got so mad was love. But the reason these people don't care about any curses, and they see Michel for who he is, a Bollinger, rather than, obviously, what's his between his two legs. Let's be honest here. Yeah. That is a very good question. Can you? It's just so something Georges would say. Georges really can be a idiot. He's hilarious though. No. Take a risk, better than being executed. Probably really quite painfully as well. No. Probably not. Yeah, and he's very physically strong as well, so... Actually, I don't know that, but he's still physically stronger than Michel, let's be honest. Even Gazelle is. Yeah, reasonable. She's already distraught, let's be honest. I see. Yeah, no way, no wonder. This is the most evil church in history. I swear to God. Yeah. 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 Oh, you tell him. Agreed. Yeah. A witch. What is that? Somebody... Well, there is no witch. She's just a normal human being who is subject to the most awful persecution imaginable, like Michel. Morgana's persecution is on another level. I don't know whose persecution is worse, to be honest. I really do wonder how the resurrection of Morgana is going to be. If I'm going to be honest, I really do wonder if they had potential to fall in love. like, if she's resurrected. I really wonder what will happen. There was an indication that Morgana was trying to do anything so that she could be reunited with Michel. I kind of got that impression from when we saw her story, and it was the end of it before he was opening the door for Gazelle. Yeah. Yeah. Gonna leave out the fact that she's dead. It's going to be for the rest of your life. Quite literally. Yeah. Isn't that interesting? Yeah. It totally makes sense that Michel would have naively tried to contact his mother to ask him, to ask her whether he can come back. Yeah, you have to. And isn't it interesting? These brothers are the only reason he hasn't killed himself yet, and the only reason he continues to hold on to life. Yeah. Good for you. I mean, banish him from this house and make him not even... Well, make society not even known. Sorry, make him not even able to be known in society. Boom. He's... I mean, sure, he'll live a life of torment, but he'll still live rather than die. You don't even need to kill him. It's true. Yeah. You would have thought. So why did the soldiers come and kill him after he sent the message to his mother? Was it his mother or... Because the thing is, surely Georges would be the person who has inherited the family, so the mother's word wouldn't be the most powerful. And she wouldn't be able to influence stuff like that. Or maybe she's just done it on the quiet. I don't know. Who knows? I'm interested. Oh God. Yeah. Yeah, you don't even know. That just shows his desperation, yeah. God, let's listen to the track. Such an unusual track, I like it. So it's Didier who does that. That's so nice. Wow, he'll have one made. Yeah, I see that, just so that you can have memories of your family and memories of just what has made you want to live on, really. Memories are the only thing that's worthwhile in your life. Doesn't even matter, it matters about the sentimental value in this case. That's brutal. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Isn't it ironic to think about the fact that it's a several day journey, and yet at the same time, well, information can still circulate so easily. But I suppose that's because of carrier pigeons and the ease they cause. They enable to kind of happen when people were transferring letters. I really like this soundtrack. I think it sounds very good. True. Yeah, that's totally reasonable. Yeah. Yeah. That surprises me. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. I really do wonder, why was Michel killed? I really, really wonder. But what I find interesting about all of this is the fact that this is the case no matter how cursed she thinks Michel is, and no matter how hard she is finding it to, like Georgia said, grasp the truth. You can still tell that this person is the mother of Michel, because she just has that love. She could not... I mean, even if her daughter is really, really cursed in her head and everything has gone wrong and her life is a lie, she still can't have her executed just because of that fact. It is interesting, that, and I'm actually really quite surprised that this is her idea. That's interesting. Isn't that interesting? So why did Michel die? Why? Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah. And that's the weirdest thing about all of this, if you ask me. But that is why everything is so bad for her, and why she's becoming a total wreck. Because she can't bear any of this because of her love. God. Michel would never do something that casual, I think. Reasonable. Yeah. Fair. Authority. Well, you would hope so. Oh, that man has a long, long future ahead of him. Like, for example, Gazelle. And, well, you can definitely tell that this father is not very nice. This is something that puzzles me. Why the fuck did Michel have faith in his father? Because I remember when everything was going on with Gazelle and when Michel had got the answer from the mother that Gazelle was sleeping with... Well, Gazelle was sleeping with Antonin. He was disgusted because of the fact that Gazelle had been sleeping with his father, I suppose. But I suppose that's all because of the mother. This father sent him to be executed. Why would he have any respect for him? I think it's because of the mother, because his mother, in a way, loved him and is becoming more and more insane because of the lack of acceptance. So, if there is somebody who compromises the one thing that she can maybe believe in, i.e. her love to her father, and obviously takes it away, then of course that's awful. But the only thing that's kind of left out of that is the fact that that love is a little bit false, because the father was the one who began the sleeping, not Gazelle. It's kind of like the reverse of Aimee's situation with Didier. This is such a nice track, I really like it. True. Yeah, I agree. Fair. So why did Michel die? I don't know if it was the mother. Oh my god, oh totally. They're going to have to totally convince Antonin that Michel has been executed. They are going to have to react like they have lost their sister. Oh, I totally agree that this is going to be the performance of their lives. yeah, totally. I really hope that Michel says, never tell her. Never. Oh, please just shut up. I really hope that Michel tells George just who he is marrying. Totally reasonable, it's trauma. Yeah, reasonable. No, she wouldn't give a shit. Yeah, fair enough. Or maybe he's going to discover it himself. Stop. Oh God. Yeah, God, look at how he's angered. Jesus Christ. Look at his face. Yeah, because of her. God, just a final blow. No, that is not what happened. I really think he should tell them. He's not saying. Reasonable. Totally reasonable. Yeah, that's the worst thing. Yeah, fair enough. Please shut up. But this is the power of her manipulation. I think young... Oh, Jesus, I'm not even going to reason against it. It's just so obviously false. It's because she's interested in herself. She's not interested in George's. No way. I just think it's so painful that he has gone through all of this and he can't even put it into words because of how much it's shameful and embarrassing and traumatizing, and then as a result of that these people are just going to continue having these false impressions of her. But this is how you can see such a powerful manipulator. Oh, right. So I suppose that was also a result of Michel. Yeah. Maybe that could have prevented them wanting to speak to him. Who knows? No, I don't think they would have blamed Michel, actually. I just think it is so unbelievably sick that what Aimee did was totally tarnish everything Michel said. And do you know what? I fell for the trap. I totally did. Because I didn't really realise just the extent of these people's love. I thought it was reasonable. I really did think it was reasonable. That's the worst thing. That's why it's deadly. So did Michel. Yeah. I can't imagine what he's feeling. And he just thinks that Michel's having guilt. Oh, yeah. She is, yeah. I like that. That's actually a really good line. Fair. But what's better? Knowing the fact that... it's interesting, this. Is it better knowing the truth, or is it better just living in ignorance? Sometimes ignorance can be the most deadly emotion. Maybe he will discover her true side. No, he doesn't. Yeah, that's what you said. Yep. Yeah. But it will take 10 years. And it won't... It will look like there is a possibility of everything going back to normal, but then you will just have betrayal in the last moment. True. They have faith, they really do. It will be, though. It really will be. Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, agreed. Exactly. Yeah. Fair. And it's so false. Yeah. Will things really change though? Very, very well put. Very true. God. Now, excitement. Oh my god, what the fuck? Why red? We'll get exiled. Weird. Well, that was really, really fun. Yeah. Cruel, but fun. Just like literally everything in this visual novel, I swear to God. Yeah, it was interesting seeing Michel's development, and really interesting seeing everything with Aimee as well. I think Aimee's a really, really good part of the story here, because you just see such a horrible person, and oh my god, you just see so much of her manipulation and just how she's totally lied about Michel, and she's just such a liar. And it's interesting that he doesn't bridge her secrets just because of the fact that he wants to protect Georgis's happiness. Yeah, my god, it's going to be really interesting to see what happens now. But if I'm going to be honest, I'm really quite surprised that Michel and Morgana have such tensions, because you would have thought that Morgana is somebody, obviously she's dead. Yeah, she's dead. But the only thing is I don't really understand how Michel could have resurrected her. But you would have thought that if they resurrected and if they did talk, which is clearly evident that they did, they would potentially be people who have things in common, shunned away by society just for who they are and how they were born. Morgana, it was when she was born, and Michel, it was I suppose, what he was born as. You would have thought that they'd have a lot in common, and they could really relate and maybe improve each other's lives. And it's honestly surprising that this didn't just turn into a love story between Michel and Morgana, but maybe I'm thinking of way too ideally here. Maybe I am, I don't know. It's going to be very interesting just to see what actually goes on, and yeah. God, I love that track at the ending. I'm definitely going to listen to that in my own time. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.